people want to be a career woman.
It's life-changing.
I said, oh, this is awesome.
I was speechless, and that's really hard for me.
The Career Women of Achievement are like this legion of powerful, fierce, dynamic, game-changing women.
I was in the first class of honorees for the Y Achievement. I grew up as a young girl in the West End. And in those days, they would say, oh, those poor children in the West End, they're not going to achieve. And so I was determined to do something. I became the first woman to be principal of a high school in the Cincinnati public school system. And was thrilled and humbled, but also wanted to inspire other young women that you can do it too. But after having been honored, I began to look into all of the things that the YW was doing. They gave women a chance to be a woman, to feel valued, to feel special. And they were going to help you be the best you could be.
In 1980, if you looked at the situation for women, it was pretty dismal. Women had to be able to break out of the roles that they were so confined to and move into areas that actually gave them more power, more money. They could be thought leaders and decision makers. And so this event really helped highlight those women in a very positive way and also tie them to some of the women that we serve who are not empowered. And that really brought those two groups of women together, which was really important. And it also gave companies the opportunity to look inside and see if they were promoting women at the level that they should. And it also celebrated women and raised some money for the YWCA. And that would allow us to create more programs to empower women.
The YWCA fervently believes that every woman should be self-sufficient, and they focus on eliminating barriers and also in empowering women and giving them access to the resources, the tools, the training, the certification that they need in order to achieve self-sufficiency. One of their programs works with women in the early stages of their professional careers to make sure they have access to resources, the opportunity to network with other women. Lift as you climb has really become my personal mantra. I became even more committed to developing women leaders in my organization and also in becoming a mentor to other young women in the business community.
The YWCA has always been about challenging conventional wisdom when we think about discrimination and inequity, making sure that we understand the issues of division and discrimination and that we combat that directly. In communities like Cincinnati, I have to say that we don't have these conversations enough. And it takes a bold organization like the YWCA to keep that front and center and not to apologize for the fact that we're not a great city if we don't have a place where everybody, regardless of race or creed, feel welcome and have the ability to be successful in this city. Because of the YWCA, I'm not only a strong advocate for issues of racial injustice, but also a strong advocate for women's issues. Because the YWCA empowered me to believe that I could do it.
The YWCA is a very unique organization that prioritizes women, children, and their safety, and always has. It's not a healthcare facility, but I would put to you that they save more lives than a lot of healthcare facilities do on an annual basis. You gotta have somewhere you can go. You gotta have somewhere that you can feel safe. Everybody wants to keep families together, but you can't keep them together if somebody is hurting somebody else. So I think getting counseling for the partners and then allowing the relationship to change for the better and making the family whole again, I think that's a huge part of what the Y does to help the men. If your employees are coming in with bruises and beaten and tired and haven't slept and haven't eaten, how can they possibly be productive employees for you? How can you watch somebody suffering and not have it affect everybody around them? How can you expect them to provide service with a smile when all they're doing is crying on the inside?
These are the things that the YWCA works on every day to ensure that the people in our community can be the best that they can be. We work really hard to ensure that women who are being abused by their domestic partners are in safe places. We're working really hard to eliminate racism so that justice and fairness can occur for all. And we're working really hard to ensure that women are in a place of economic fairness and equality.
All of our programs and services are necessary to have a better community. And if we're going to be successful, we have to be constant in our efforts towards inclusion. If we don't intentionally include, we unintentionally exclude.
I believe that as a career woman of achievement, we have a responsibility to support the YWCA and ensure that this work continues as we move our community on to be the best that it can be.
So we're hoping the passion and the power of the last 40 years continues to shine a light in every corner of our community for the next 40 years.
Be prepared to be wowed. It's going to be a great event.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Happy 40th anniversary.